That's weird. It censored the word anticipated, but I'm going to type it manually again.
Censored the word
anticipated. Maybe I didn't type what I thought I typed, but I swear I typed anticipated. Okay, whatever. About to say, like, did I just see like a giant censored word in my description? Like, why did it censor anticipated? Like, what does anticipated? Anyway, hello YouTube! I am back, and we are going to be playing some more Elden Ring Nightreign. That's right, I'm not done with this game. As you can see, I have lost a run since reaching depth 5. Or the end of depth 5. But I got that little banner, so I really don't care anymore. But that's not what we're streaming today anyway. Today, we are streaming the weekly Everdark Smackdown for the week. That's right, we are back with the weekly Everdark Smackdown. You know the drill by this point. This is the 4th installment in that little mini-series. Basically, I take the 3 Everdarks, however many Everdarks they put in a week, and I defeat them back to back to back, starting from the top, going down, and I try to play the run and easily replicable as possible. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the cast we got. We got Tricephalos, one of the hardest ones. We got Dark Drift Knight, in my opinion, one of the easiest. And Fissure in the Fog, one of the least different ones from the original fight. So basically, what we're going to do, we're going to start with Tricephalos, then go Dark Drift, then go Fissure in the Fog. That's how we're going to do it, chat. And we're just going to kick this right off. Just, let's get it on! Okay. So we're going to start with Tricephalos. Tricephalos is weak to Holy, Dark Drift is weak to Lightning, and Caligo is weak to Fire. Now, against normal Gladius, you can get away with a physical weapon. Against Everdark, you would best have the best physical weapon, otherwise you need a Holy one. So I'm going to play this run very safe, not because it's not like, because I mean, like, I can't get away with not playing safe against this boss. It's just not, like, reasonable to. Hey, I'm glad to see I got a concurrent viewer. What's up? So, okay, churches are arranged pretty nicely. What we can do is we can hit these two, then take this tree up to hit this one up at the top. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Now we're going to go into the starting camp and just start clearing crap out, I guess. See if we can get some fire grease to help expedite this a little bit. Ooh. We did get fire pots. Here, let's try and bunch these things up. Ah, crap. I left it on the wrong loadout. See, because I have a loadout. Ah, that was bad. Excuse me for a second. I don't have my loadout intact. I'm gonna need to try this again. I forgot that because the last run I ended up doing was a run where literally I exclusively was using Wilder's starting shield. Which, in case you don't know, it's actually a pretty good weapon, I'm not gonna lie. But the thing with Wilder's starting shield is, basically, the thing with Wilder's starting shield is it's okay, right? As a weapon. But, like, because its damage is so... Sorry, I had to respond to a text real quick, chat. So we're going to switch it back to what I originally started with. We're going to hop right back into the Tricephalos run. And now the thing with Tricephalos is, again, you're going to want to find a holy weapon. You need to find a holy weapon. It's a shame that I had to bail on that run. Oh, the churches, look, they're arranged in the exact same way. So on the map, I see Holy Ruins, I see Holy Cathedral. Holy Cathedral has a higher chance of giving me the proper kind of weapon than Holy Ruins. That's not just like speaking from experience. That is a fact. Like, it is coded in the game that you are more likely to get what you need from a cathedral than you are from a camp. So we're going to check that cathedral instead of the camp, because the cathedral is more likely to give us what we need. Although if we don't get what we need from the cathedral, we can also get something from the camp. Or, yeah, the ruins, whatever they're called. Successive attacks negate damage. It's always good. Especially if I end up power stancing. That's a very helpful thing. I tried some runs as Scholar. Or I tried a couple runs as Scholar this morning. They don't go very well. I can't help but notice. But because I'm level 2, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop into this physical cathedral real quick. Run over here, going to grab the Stone Sword key. Just for the sake of getting money. Just for like ease of funding later on, because what I'll do. I'll take these. Why not? I have no reason to not take them. So what we'll do, first we'll kill this dude, then we'll go straight east, hit Lake Everdale. Yeah, the poke wasn't necessary. Ooh, that's actually really tough. I gotta take that. And I'll just find a better sword. I'll find a better sword elsewhere. Like, yes, it's nice to do physical cathedrals because you can get an already blue sword, but like, it's not necessary. You don't need to take that already blue sword. It's just not a requirement, you know. So the first passives to go are always defeating enemies restores HP, unless you have like something like continuous HP loss in Deep of Night or something. Alright, Crucible Knight. Admittedly, I'm not thrilled about that. I don't hate it, because my critical hit did like half the damage that my ult did, which is insane damage on a critical hit on a gray weapon. By the way, chat, you see that? You can jump that. And the only two safe instances to attack here, the only two totally... Okay. I had a very good feeling that I could stance break him. Typically, the only place you're safe to swing in a Crucible Knight fight when it enters phase 2 is after a tail swipe. After it does a tail swipe, you are safe to swing once. And it is best to be a quick swing, because if you try to get more than a quick swing off, it's not, just trust me, it's not a good idea. Here's what I'm going to do, actually. So you see that in there? See that right there? That is a boss I call Walking Simulator. Why? Because actually almost 100% of its attacks can be dodged by walking the right direction. It is one of the only bosses I've ever seen where all of its attacks can be dodged without, you know, dodging. Or it's one of the only ones. Ancestor Spirit is laughably easy. So typically I go for it, if I find it. However, right now I have a gray weapon. Not a good idea to be taking on Ancestor Spirit with a gray weapon. So if I can grab a blue greatsword from this guy, I will absolutely take it on. Ah, that's actually really good. I like that. Actually got two. Got two stone sword keys out of there. That's good. That's convenient. So here's what we're gonna do. Despite it not being the best idea, seeing as the night is moving, we're going to buff up and we're going to take on Ancestor Spirit. That's literally the only one of its attacks I think you can't walk out of the way of. Is that weird little headbutt. The rest of them can be just kind of boringly meandered out of the way. There, let's get that critical. Just to help speed things along a bit. Because this fight can't take much longer. About to say, I don't have much longer, do I? And I'm right, I don't. So there we go. We finished Ancestor Spirit. Now we're going to get the loot pool. Ooh. Rivers of Blood with improved charge attacks or Wind and Grace. Honestly, for the sake of setting a good example, I'll take the Wind and Grace. If you see a Wind and Grace in a loot pool in a run against Everdark Gladius, and it's your first time trying to beat him, take it. You will... Contrary to what you might think, you need that Wind and Grace. Because Everdark Gladius is one of the few Everdarks that is easily capable of one-shotting you with a lot of its attacks. Unless you're like Wilder or Raider, etc., etc. Those more defensive characters. Like Guardian can tank some things just because he has a massive health bar. Raider and Wilder are some of the better ones in terms of like survivability. I was tempted to take that Rivers of Blood because of the passive being insanely good. But in the end, I figured it would probably be best to just forget it. I'll get Wind and Graces if I need them. Or no, I mean, like, a Wind and Grace is more powerful. My original thought was, I'll get Wind and Graces if I need them. Like, I can go buy one anytime. Right. But in these runs, I try to set as good of an example as I possibly... Oh my gosh. Anyway, back to setting a good example. Typically, it's not a... Unless you know how to fight Red Wolf or have teammates, it's not a good idea to ever take it on. And pro tip, Red Wolf, you'll want to stand like about a couple inches away from its snout. I got a couple inches in front of its snout to get a critical hit. Otherwise, it won't land. So you want to stand right there-ish. Otherwise, you'll just knock it out of the critical hit position. Red Wolf really isn't that bad if you're... Oh my gosh. Now listen, right? Because... I mean, that's just silly. I have, like, look at this. I mean, that's so much... Now, actually, there is a perk to doing this. See, it has fire damage negation. 20%. So, we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to do that. We're going to be power stancing these bad boys. Fire damage negation 20%. I do not actually intend to use the Death's Poker against Everdark Gladius, as magic isn't the most effective thing ever. But the fire damage negation, I think, should help, speaking of fire damage negation, should help my survivability so that I don't have to use a Wind and Grace. Basically, I'm trying to justify the fact that I didn't just take another Wind and Grace, like I said I should. Also, because that's ridiculous. I'm taking a Death's Poker before I take a second Wind and Grace. If I didn't get one from the first loot pool, and I took the Rivers of Blood instead, I would have taken the Wind and Grace there. But Just trust me. If you basically, the way I see it, you only need one Rending Grace from boss pools unless you intend to not buy one. But if you are perfectly okay with buying a Rending Grace, then you only need one from a boss pool. You do not need more than one. Oh, cool. Speaking of Death's Poker. Typically, I peek to see what's on top before I hop up here, but didn't this time for some reason. But now we're going to just start shredding this Death Rightbird since we got a Sacred Order sword, or a Shared Order sword, my bad. It's just a little bit different. Oh, for the record, guys, Sacred Order applies additional holy damage to your weapon by, like, a pretty good amount. Whew, that was close. But Shared Order applies it to all of your allies. Okay, this is insane! I could have had 3 Winding Graces by this point, solely from boss loopholes. That has never happened to me, period. Really, dude? Just gonna be a jerk on the way out now. Fine. Be like that. Just didn't want to have to go past that dude. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a first for me. And I've been playing, what, like 705-ish hours? Or no, I'm up to like 713 now, I think. Well, I can't take that. There's a ton of Starlight Shards, especially for an Iron Eye. What the heck was he doing? Like, holding onto it for a teammate? For the record, if an Iron Eye ever does, like, hold on to Starlight Shards like that, and he's not using, like, Rain of Arrows, or whatever, that's a bad teammate. Unless he is holding on to... Cool, fun boss. That was great. Yeah, fantastic. I was kind of sure about it before. Definitely not so much now. Now I have a holy weapon. Ideally, though, I would love the power stance holy weapon. This is my thing, since I've got this successive attacks negate damage effect. I've got some good improved charge attacks. I've got, because of my Harmonia Relics, I have insane skill attack power. That's why I killed that demi-human in, like, roughly 2 attacks. Actually, there's no roughly to it. I did kill that thing in 2 attacks, basically. That was the most absurd, like, just absolute butchering of that thing I've ever seen. And that's saying something, because Demi-Human Queen is not a hard boss. Yeah, you're not getting that. You can hit me all you want. I mean, fortunately, a lot of my build isn't built around, you know, attack up and wielding 2 armaments. That would be bad. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to whoop Bellbearing Hunter, do 3-ish Evertails. I mean, I'm not going to act like I wasn't level 12 on day 1. That definitely has something to do with it. I'm level 13 going into day 2. I mean, that's the best I've ever... That's actually like a new record. That's insane. What's crazy, though, is one run in depth 5, I got pitted against Dukesteer Freya. Had the pest raid happen on day 1, so I was getting 10k runes randomly just for killing spiders. Because that fight takes forever at depth 5 solo, because you don't have anyone to take the aggro off of the little spiders off of you. So if you can't kill Freya in like seconds, basically you're absolute toast. So here's what we're going to do. Since it's kind of towards that cathedral, we're going to head... Here's our routing. We're going to do this Everjail right here, hit the cathedral, come back up, go through the tunnel, go through that tunnel, come out on this side, get that church, hit that Everjail if we have time. Well, you know what? You'll see the route. You'll see the route when I do it. It's hard to explain. I actually did a pretty dang good job explaining it, even though it was weird and confusing. Weirdly enough, I'm pretty sure these dudes can be frostbitten. They can actually... Oh, I figured out today! Hailster can be rotted. Hailster can actually be rotted and slept. Because I was under the impression, since so many status ailments me and my co-op buddy tried against him, I was shocked to see that he could be rotted because I saw it in a video that someone posted. But I was even more shocked when I looked it up to see what his resistance to rot was, that he could be slept. Like, what sense does that make? He doesn't, like, have a conscience, does he? And the only reason I'm doing this Everjail, chat, is because... this cathedral is because I love the power stance to Holy Greatswords against Gladius. Although Death's Poker is one of the best, just for the run in general, it's not great for Gladius, because he's really resistant to Frostbite. It takes a very long time to proc Frost on Everdark Gladius. And just Gladius in general. I mean, like, normal Gladius is not exactly weak to Frost. Besides, that took, like... Cool. Like, when you eat those words that I said, where a cathedral is most likely to give you what you want, didn't give me the right affinity for the location at all, and didn't give me the proper type of weapon. Hilarious how that happens, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna pop open this statue real quick, because sometimes it has a smithing stone too inside. This time it did not. And it had a garbage seal that I don't care. It's not a garbage seal, it's just not a seal that I care enough about to actually take. So we're gonna hop up, we're going to hop in and get stuff done. We'll get a smithing stone too to upgrade this sword to purple. And just in case I find a blue sacred greatsword at some point. Well, yeah, you know what? That's not necessary. Well, that was just pathetic. What did I just toss? Ah, right. One stone sword key. No, you know what? We'll actually skip the second Everjail. We'll just hop up. We'll do this Everjail. Then we'll go from there. Slight change of plans since I didn't get a Holy Greatsword. Like, I didn't get an Inseparable Sword or something out of that cathedral. Tree Spear I would have taken. Literally anything. And you gave me nothing. Cool. Like, I get that I was ganging up on you, but why are you ganging up on me, man? Please die, dude. Obviously, I could play a considerable amount more carefully. But that's a waste of time, if you ask me. I'll get a side of grace after I kill him. Resource use really doesn't bother me all that much. Attack power, let's... Now we're going to actually do something a bit different. Since we've already cleared the central fort, we're actually going to go... What the heck? We'll kill Loretta. Yeah, we'll kill Loretta. I guess. Unfortunately, Loretta is the only great enemy that I could actually feasibly kill at this juncture. Just because of the knight's movement, it's going to be really hard to kill anyone else. So we're going to get the church. Gonna mosey on over to Loretta, take her out, and then we'll just kind of do whatever, I guess. If I find a second... If I find a second thing, I'll use it. Or if I find a second holy weapon, I'll find a smithing stone too for it. All work out and I'll be fine. Dude, why won't you just come over here and fight? She's actually just completely refusing to follow me. If you could literally just come right over here, that'd be great. Why do those true combo into each other? That's stupid. Like, that makes sense. That's a combo attack. Stop trying to push yourself into the respawn zone. Stop trying to push yourself into the respawn, and she did it, didn't she? Stop trying to push yourself into the respawn zone, man. She's trying to push her... Oh my gosh. Cool. What she's trying to do, she's trying to make it so she resets to her original position. Just die, dude. Hate Loretta. What on earth? See, what she was trying to do, again, as I was explaining before I got really mad at what she did, she was trying to push herself into the respawn zone. Basically, she was trying to push herself out of her designated region so that she would reset her position. And then it would be very hard for me to kill her because I would run out of flasks. That was the play, and she couldn't do it. Fortunately, she was unable to actually do that. That's all I really ask, is that she just doesn't respond. Okay, let's take care of this troll fella. Why did you just swing? I pressed the jump swing. FB. everybody please die? That's gonna hurt a lot. Hey, would you look at that? Oh gosh. Here, I need to book it. Book it south. So you're nuts if you think I'm not power stancing. You're nuts if you think I'm not power stancing these. On. No. That's not. No. I am getting that smithing stone too. Period. End of story. I'm getting it. It may be a bad idea. May get me killed. But I'm getting that smithing stone too. End of story. That smithing stone is mine. I'm not getting cheated out of it because you made it take so long to find a second holy sword. Dude, why did that hit do so little damage? Oh, place that. So for now, let's stop at this side of Grace right here. We can actually upgrade at this fort. There we go. Now, 2 purple great swords that are holy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hop up, finish out the run. Always check these bushes, because sometimes there's a chest here. It's like right in this bush, if it's going to appear. Yeah, always check the bushes. Literally, like, I guess it's a she, it's a page. Literally, 3 consecutive times that thing tried to actually... Really? You just happen to be winding that up. Oh no, don't buff him up. Don't do that, it's so damaging. I almost killed him through that bubble, that's insane. Yep, you're dead. Tree Sentinel, politely mind your own business. So be very careful trying to roll that. It's a very tight time. However, the night bosses are not the purpose of this run, so I'm not gonna, like, show you how to fight this thing. It's Tree Sentinel. You should be able to figure it out by now. This game's been out for a while. Elden Ring's been out for years. If you don't know how to fight Tree Sentinel at this fall, oh my gosh! Okay, cool. So yeah, ideally, what you'll want to do... That is 4 boss loot pools I've gotten a Wind and Grace off of, by the way. Excuse me, sorry. Wow, that was bad. That's 4 boss loot pools that I got a Wind and Grace off of, by the way. That's insane. That is by far the most I've had in a single match. 181, 203, that's really good. However, that Ghost Flame Sword's not going to do us any good aside from the passive right now. So we're going to use the Inseparable Sword +1 and the Sacred Claymore +1. Because we got improved dash attacks and improved damage negation at low HP. So we got successive attacks. Here, let's take a look at our passes real quick before we get this really kicked off. We got improved charge attacks 19%, 16%, 35%. That's pretty dang good. We got successive attacks negate damage 38%. We have a total of 40% extra fire damage negation. We have all the revives we could humanly possibly have. Unless I bought a pouch from a merchant and then bought another Wind and Grace, but that would just be absurd. So I think it's safe to say that we have this in the bag. So without further ado, I tried to delay that roll as much as possible, so like some of the fire wouldn't hit me from the other dog. So charge attacks are doing really well. I like it. Seems they're wanting to switch aggro. Bit chaotic for a second there. Oh, but now that's gonna hurt. Once they form up, you're gonna want to get away from them as fast as possible. Basically, fight that phase as efficiently as you can. Your goal is to get it to this phase. Not that this is much easier. Then slam, roll. If you do it with that timing, you'll dodge it. Now you're gonna want to be very careful in this phase, because it does have some killer attacks. Be very careful here. See, it's like slow walking. If you attack it while it's doing that, it's going to get an attack boost that stacks up to 3. That doesn't just apply to that fire wave. It applies to all of its attacks. Roll to the right on this explosion. That way you can roll right on this and then right again. Wait for it to beat. And how late you have to dodge after it leaves is very dependent on how far you are from it. But it's almost never instant unless you're just like right up against it. This, you dodge right. It's also possible to literally just run away. It's not a very easy grab to get hit by. It's really easy to farm for like ult points basically. Now for this, you just kind of walk backwards. For this part, you'll have to surge sprint backwards a little bit. Okay, that was a bad attempt at a dodge. The only reason I went in for hits there is because I've been doing a lot of attacks on it, so I was a lot of strong, heavy hitting, heavy stance damaging attacks. That's the only reason I went in for a hit there. Roll right, walk towards it, roll in, roll right. If you're up in its face when it does that, you're just taking chip damage and there's nothing you can do about it. So typically it's not a good idea to stay in for a long time. Just watch the ground, run towards it, slam, dodge. Oh, that actually reached me. I didn't expect him to travel with that, really. It's my bad. Watch this. Listen for the roar. Listen for the roar. And dodge the second time for the fiery after effect. Now, for this part, you don't necessarily have to stay locked onto it, but keep your eyes on that dog in the back. Never. Because of that, I couldn't keep my eyes on it because the other dog got in the way. There was legitimately nothing I could have done there to actually see when he was pulling that attack off. now, while you're waiting for him to... because he'll do it one more time. You gotta wait until... see, watch. If you keep your eyes on the dog, when you have a red target on you, basically always expect that fire wave to come. Basically, if you're not very good at fighting dogs when they're split like that, just your goal in that phase is to get him back, is to get him formed up and survive long enough for that to happen. See, look. He gets an attack boost every time you attack him while he's like this. That was almost too early. That was not a good idea. But yeah, Everdark Gladius is one of the harder Everdarks, if you ask me. But, in the end, it's all just knowing his patterns. If you can dodge his attacks, you can beat him. Now given, you have to know how to dodge his attacks very well. Because if you don't, he's going to hit you, and he does a lot of damage, as you saw when I got hit by that one attack. And when I got hit, period. Anytime I got hit, I took a lot of damage. That was not a very... that was not the best I've fought him. I'd say... well, no, I can promise you, the best I fought him is at depth 5. That was crazy. That felt so good, beating that thing at depth 5, and that was crazy. Because, I mean, like, that's one of the hardest things to do at depth 5. Everdark Gladius, because of how weird some of his combos are to dodge. But once you learn how to dodge them, he's actually not terrible. He's super hard, don't get me wrong. He is super hard. But he's not terrible once you know how to dodge his combos. But anyway, we're going to move on to Dark Drift Knight. Everdark Dark Drift Knight. And we are going to just, give him the standard 1-2 punch, Give him a good old-fashioned whipping. Excuse me. Now this run, the thing is, with Gladius, it's helpful to have a holy weapon, just because that makes it so you do, decent damage to him. With Fulgor, it is almost imperative that you have a lightning weapon. Or a weapon that can dish out some serious stance-breaking power. Unfortunately, there's only one lightning location on the entire map. So chances are, if I don't get, a very good Lightning Greatsword from there, we might just be banking on finding something like the Dragon Greatclaw, just in the open world from, great enemies or stuff. But we started in a church, so it is a 4-church seed. We can clear this little group of enemies over here to reach level 2. Then we can do this fort with the Archer Golem. Then we can head north, hit this church right up here. And then we can head into the lake. And ultimately, our goal is to get to these lightning ruins. Lightning ruins? If I recall correctly, lightning ruins are not super likely, but let's check the merchant. He has a lightning Highland axe. That's pretty good. It's alright. It's nothing to scoff at, certainly, but it's nothing wow, I need this. It's if I can't find a better weapon, I'll take it, but otherwise, I might just forget it exists. So, yeah, let's take care of the rats real quick. Let's take care of the rats right now so we don't have to do so later. But these rats will absolutely follow you up to the rooftop, and it takes 2 strong attacks and a critical to kill these things. So realistically, it's a waste to not just go ahead and take care of them. Also, if you like Warming Stones, if you're playing Scholar or something, they drop Warming Stones. So, what are you doing? Kill some rats. Now, of course, it's a lot easier in solo because they don't have as much stance as they do in duos or trios. But, you know, if you're playing Scholar, and the other thing, too, is I didn't think about this. If you're playing Scholar, your stance break kind of, it's pretty bad. So you're going to want to... There's the Stone Sword key. Let's take that. We'll take this for the long run. Because improved lightning attack power is going to be helpful once we do get a lightning weapon. Yeah, that's cool, guys. You both got your hitting. I'm so proud of you. You did so good to get your hitting. And at this point, it's almost not worth going for the critical, but I will, just because I get paid to do it. So now we're going to take out these enemies, who I hate. Now, what do we get? Improved charge attacks again. Here we go again. With the improved charge attacks left and right. So here's what we're going to do. In case we... As you saw right here, I have lightning grease now, so in case we get, like, a really good weapon that's just, like, inarguably, like, really good, like Axe of Godfrey or something, and we want to use that as our actual weapon instead of, like, a lightning weapon, we can apply lightning grease to it. Improved guarding ability, I guess I'll take. I have nothing better at the moment, so... Basically, if we find something like Axe of Godfrey or something along those lines, now we can basically just kind of apply lightning grease to it, and suddenly it's a lightning weapon. Now, here's the trick. Because it's Everdark Fulgor, I really only need... Like, I only need a lightning weapon for the first phase. A lightning weapon is... Its only real use in this fight is to knock him out of his spear attack. So I didn't actually see that this church was up here, so slight detour. I lied about the route again. I'm going to go up here, get this church, then I'm going to take this tree down to this last one, and then we're going to go to the lightning ruins. Or maybe we should go to the lightning ruins first, after getting this church. So you see, I get up here, I get the lightning... actually, it all works out quite swimmingly. I can't resist. I have to kill these Oracle Envoys. Because sometimes, out of an Oracle Envoy, you'll get a Sacred Order weapon, which of course is good for putting down Death Right birds and those who live in death. Which I don't know how helpful the whole thing with those who live in death is going to necessarily be. I like how they all did a back out attack at the exact same time. Prevent me from killing, like, all of them with my ult. And sometimes one might do that, but that was all of them. So that was really annoying. Better yet, that is a fantastic weapon. Just in general, that's a really good weapon. So I'll actually use that, like, as my weapon. Watchdog's Greatsword with Sacred Blade is insane. The Sacred Blade's going to do a bunch of damage to a Death Right bird if I find it. Which, I mean, realistically, there's one somewhere on the map. I mean, I feel like that's a fair assessment. There has to be, right? Who's the boss in the lake? It's Bird Tree Avatar. Interesting. So we're going to grab this. Now we have 7 flasks on day 1. And I only bothered to get all of them because it was convenient and I felt like it was good use of I felt like it was a good use of my time. Now I'm going to go get a Smithing Stone too. Then we're going to go out the back, take this Spirit Stream so we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. See what this boss is next to this tree. See if that's the Death Right bird. Oh my gosh, that did a lot of damage. It did as much as a fully charged strong attack once it's buffed up. It actually does more than a fully charged strong attack without the buff. I'll admit, that second swing is not the best idea. But it didn't not work out. I mean, I'm alive, aren't I? Always check back in here, chat. Because occasionally you'll find something it's like right up your alley, exactly what you need, stuff like that. And sometimes you'll actually find a second smithing stone too. So we're going to head out the back door of the tunnel. We're going to see... I mean, obviously we can't fight that boss over here that's next to the tree right now. Well, nah, we should. Shouldn't try. We might be able to, but it's not a great idea. But we can at least see what it is. That was my goal. I just want to see what the boss actually is, so I can know if it's something that I will want to do later. Well, that's not Death Riper, so I really don't care. I was kind of hoping it would be Death Riper. Oh, where's Death Riper when you need it? That's unfortunate. That's something that I really don't like. Is a lot of times with runs where you get something like Sacred Ordery or very powerful, that's a holy weapon, you won't find a Death Riper anywhere. There will not be one on the map. Now we're gonna kill this one first, just because that's who I ended up going to first. You know, I really don't want that lightning weapon. That's not great. Now, if I had no other choice, I would take that gladly, because, you know, that's still something. But that's not a great lightning weapon. It's not fantastic. So we're going to check these chests down here, actually. See if they have something better. Actually, I have some from one down here. That's interesting. So we're going to go check this basement now. See if they have anything better in these chests. Now those are some lightning weapons. Here's all the lightning weapons. I'll take that one. That one's my favorite. Lightning Warped Axe, that's really good. Love to see it. We love to see it. We love to see it. So, now what? Now, I need to reach a higher level, so I guess we could go do... you know, whatever it's called, Central Castle. Do Central Basement. So I would love to find a Death Riper, of course, because I have a Sacred Order weapon. That's going to be very good. It's going to be very worthwhile to kill. Dang, this Warped Axe is actually really strong. As if I didn't know that. Like, I've used Warped Axes before. I love Warped Axe. It's one of my favorite weapons. Just because of how much damage it can dish out and how fast it swings. Main thing is the swing speed, because I mean, like, its damage, yeah, it does as much as this thing does one hand. When you're two hand. Now let's run to the side. I hate when he jumps that early, because then it's really, really hard to actually... Alright, I'll probably talk about this then. Oh yeah. In fact, it's dead. See, that's why I like the Warped Axe. It's because it's like, hey, I need to finish this thing off really quickly, but I don't really feel like I have time. Dang, that's some good equipment. Take that. It's like, I need to finish this thing off quick. I don't really have time to fight it. It's like, I need to finish this thing off quick. It's like, wow. you can do good damage with each hit, and you can finish the thing off quick. I mean, you see how fast I can swing twice, and... I mean, did you see that? Like, I can swing twice like that. I mean, like, it's so fast. This is why I typically go for Warped Axe. It's just never... It's really never a bad idea to use a Warped Axe. Like, if you're... okay. If you are a character who does not scale well with Strength or Dex, yeah, bad idea. Don't use the Warped Axe. But if you have, like, decent, even, like, decent Strength or Dex scaling, mostly Strength, use the Warped Axe. It's fantastic. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Now, okay, the only thing it lacks, but it would be way too good if it had, is knockback. It does not have a lot of knockback capabilities. But, of course, again, it would be really stupid if it did. I mean, like, you see how fast I attack? I mean, are you seeing the attack rate on this thing? It is insanely fast and insanely strong. Like, you can't... We'll actually put these in the offhand, so I can offhand them and get stuff back for doing normal attacks with normal things. Why? That was good. No, really, you almost had... You know, except for the part where you weren't anywhere close to killing me. And, like, it's all their attacks. It's... the Warped Axe has so many fluid attacks. It's just... It's amazing. It is a fantastic weapon. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's amazing. Something I don't like. Oh, wait. I've been an idiot. I can farm the grab. Of course. Here, grab. Do the grab, dude. Whatever the heck that is, do the grab. Do the grab, literally one more time. Fine, I'll just... For the record, typically not a good idea to try and stay in and kill him that fast, but I was so confident I could. I was trying to get my ult charged so I could do a critical, which probably would have just... My ult would have done a bunch of his health, and then the critical would no doubt... Hey, another lightning clearance. The critical would no doubt have finished him off. Excuse me, sorry. So, what we're going to do with this Erdtree avatar... We're going to debuff his defense, right? We're just going to lay into him with that Warped Axe. If I bite your defense... That's the other thing. Its range is okay. It's nothing special. I'll admit, I really thought he was going to swing a second time, and that's why I didn't swing again immediately. Okay, great enemies are fairly dispersed, but I do want to go see... Oh, yeah, its range is pretty bad. Huh, you can just walk out of the way of that. Those 2,000 hours of Elden Ring are really showing themselves, and the fact that I still didn't know that. But yeah, always Always do an Erdtree Avatar. They're easy no matter what you use, unless you use like a gray weapon, then it's very much not easy. Now I'm using Fulgore. Now I'm doing Fulgore, right? So I'm going to use improved dodging more than I am going to use a Rivers of Blood. In the long run, in all seriousness, like, I'm really not going to use Rivers of Blood. Yeah. Hey, there we go. Much better. So we're going to take this tree up. We're going to... What was that great enemy? I don't remember. It's... Considering the fact that I didn't see it, it's probably Velvet. But anyway, and here's the thing. DTS is on top of the fort. I saw that. Oh, well, I never went up there, like, completely. So, maybe not a good indicator of what the boss is. If it is a Deathrite bird, I'm going to be very happy, because then I can use my stupid, powerful, giant sword with Sacred Blade on it. If it's not, I might still kill it, just because I've already come up here and I don't want to waste time. Time spent doing anything is time that needs to be capitalized upon. It's Magma Worm. Also, but Magma Worm is, in fact, weaker to lightning, so I guess this isn't a total bust, but it's not my favorite boss ever. Right, I would say it's one of my lesser among the favorites. I really don't like it myself, because of what it's about to do. Which is charge. Basically non-stop until you know, stance break it. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Sorry. DK rap, you know? You just gotta. If you say a line from it out of context, you have to say it in the voice afterward. Damage negation at full HP. It's a very good weapon. We'll ditch race walking. It's not the best. Now we're going to see what this great enemy is, then we're going to see what that great enemy is. That's the route. And then we'll head back to Central Fort to take out DTS on top of the fort. Not thrilled about fighting DTS with a lightning weapon, but, you know, we gotta make do with what we have. And I guess I have this and that. So I have some good weapons. If I am really just not willing to fight DTS. So that's not what I thought. That's not what I was hoping it was. Unfortunate. So kindly drop me onto this bird, because I want to see what the forest great enemy is. Because if this is like Deathrite bird, I'd be very pleased. Obviously, the goal is not necessarily to defeat it. Well, actually, the goal is to defeat it. Well, here's the thing. Whatever it is, I think it's Bellbearing Hunter, but whatever it is, I can't see it from here, so it's not Deathrite. So actually, we're going to do what the smartest thing to do is, and that would be clear out the Crucible Knights of the fort first, and then we're going to fight DTS. Oh, I think we're back. Are we back? Like, actually fully? I think we are. Are we back? Sorry, did I lose you, chat? I think my PlayStation disconnected from the Wi-Fi for a second, but are we good? I think we're back. Here, let's make sure I'm not hallucinating here. Alright. We're good. We're good. We chillin'. We coolin'. Chop, chop, chop. Alright. Now we're gonna finish you off. Probably actually more profitable to kill the Crucible Knights than it is to go up to the top and take care of whatever it's called, DTS. Probably more profitable to do this. So I'm glad we didn't lose stream. That would have been really annoying. But we did lose a couple seconds of footage. Basically, all I did was I killed that Crucible Knight up front. Or, I guess, like, in the courtyard. I killed the Crucible Knight entering the fort. But he's not, like, outside of the fort. Cool, it bounced off the stairs somehow, so we're going to take that. That was just... I mean, this weapon is... It's insanely good. And if you doubt it, I mean, just look at what I've been doing with it, and you will understand, like, why I love this thing. Like, there's a very good reason I always, like, take this weapon when I see it. Unless it's, like, Thief at Night and it has some horrible negatives. Typically, it has pretty good recovery time. I overswung there, so. It's hilarious. The attack speed on this thing is so great that the fact that it's a lightning weapon really doesn't seem to matter all that much. Were it a physical or like a fire warped axe, it might, well, maybe not fire. Were it a physical warped axe, I'm sure it would do more damage. And it sure eats through stamina because it swings so fast. However, do I care? Not really, no. See, I knew it would get tight because of all those stream issues I had to make sure weren't really issues. Like, I had to make sure that stream was still on, basically. Oh, come on, man! Stop doing that nonsense! Dude, stop! I'm killing this thing. I'm not leaving until... Stop doing that move! It's so annoying! That is legitimately a garbage attack. I do not ever, like, say... Like, that is... getting hit by that is rarely ever user. I will admit some of that was user error right there, but see, that's why I wanted to kill him, because I knew I would reach probably max level if I did. Oh my gosh, why? See, like, don't get me wrong, love this map. I don't like how many instances in which there is stuff like that. Random, pointless. Just there to really be in the way. Chunks of, like, ruins or something. But yeah, now we've reached level 15. We got a lightning warped axe doing 198. That's crazy. And we still have 100k left over. I didn't have to kill DTS at all to reach max level. I had max level before I killed DTS, I think. I'm being serious. I legitimately do think I had max level before killing DTS. Which is crazy. Wouldn't have expected that. Yeah, I'm gonna do the critical hit on this dude just for fun, pretty much. And there's really no point in killing these guys. Okay, I fail to understand how that happened. But okay, cool. This is just what we're doing now, it seems. Not gonna kill the boss, of course, because I can't at this juncture. But I killed those two, and I was killing that last one because he hit me with something that really shouldn't have been able to hit me. Oh gosh. Now this is not this is a little bit less than ideal. Really, dude? Okay, double really. Like, what the heck was that dragon attacking for? I was fighting the beast man. Aggro distribution game, it's supposed to be consistent. And there's a tree stump there for some reason. And we'll do the critical hit to finish him off there. Unfortunately, Nameless King is pretty resistant to lightning, if you could imagine it. His dragon, however, not necessarily the case. King of the Storm happens to be decently weak to lightning, actually. Although I don't know if he's necessarily weak to it, but he's certainly not resistant to lightning. Nameless King, however, is resistant to lightning. However, this is my fastest weapon, so I'm going to use it against him. I kind of thought I could duck under it. Shouldn't have thought that. Bad thought. Ow. Why on earth did he swing so fast? Like, I knew what move he was doing. I just didn't expect him to swing when he did. Dude, you are at, like... So you're at the point where you should be going into phase 2, I thought. But apparently he has a very different idea of when he goes into phase 2 than I do. Alright, that's Nameless King. See, look, he's super resistant to lightning. The only reason this does as well as it does is because it's a split between physical and lightning damage. That's something that some people fail to understand about weapons in this game. Is like a weapon, when it says a lightning weapon and it says it does 198 lightning damage, very rarely, I don't even think this exists for a lightning weapon, but basically never is the weapon actually doing 100% lightning damage. It is doing a split between physical and lightning. I'll show you in the codex after we get through this. So, seeing as I have a butt ton of money, I'm just going to buy a bunch of stuff. Not that I intend to use those physics, but these are my two favorite physics if I'm not comfortable with the boss I'm fighting. But I bought them to be a good example, basically. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take out Dark Drift here. Or Everdark Dark Drift, I mean. Glad we got stream back up. I was not willing to restart stream. Now, I don't do yellow damage with every attack, and that's alright. Because now I want to jump that arm slam, because it actually, I swear, if it doesn't hit the whole stage, it hit. Sorry. If that arm slam he just did doesn't hit the whole stage, it hits pretty dang close to all of it. So here, we're gonna send him out of this phase since this is the normal stuff. Now he's going into his Everdark phase, so here's where I'm gonna start teaching you how to fight this guy. So on the first thing, if you're solo, you're going to run, kind of like in a circular motion around him. He still retains a lot of the similar movements, a lot of similar movements to his earlier phase, his earlier phases, like the two phases from the original fight. And of course, this is dodged the same way as it is in the original. Works pretty consistently. But you're going to want to watch that arrow. He retains a lot of the same attacks thing. He does get some new ones, though. But this move is pretty simple. Nothing too crazy. He really likes this arrow rain attack this attempt. Typically, he doesn't do it that much. But then with a slight delay, you can dodge the second cleave type deal. Or the first one's the cleave, the second one's like just the swing. Should be about at the point where he's going to start doing, yeah, this move. This move, there are two ways to dodge it. I'm going to teach you the safe way. When he starts aiming, when that line appears, you need to surge sprint in a single direction and not stop, and you will clear the explosion. Guaranteed. If you do not stop surge sprinting, you will clear that explosion every single time, consistently. The other way, a bit riskier, but I'll see if I can... Ow. That was a bad dodge, my bad. That was a bad heal. This attack is pretty tricky. You'll want to run towards his back leg. You might get clipped by one of his swings, but... because they've patched something at some point that made it so that's actually insanely hard to dodge now. It's almost impossible to dodge completely. But yeah, that's a pretty good, like, showcase of all of his attacks. I mean, he might not have done, like, a couple, but it's nothing too major. He does have a chance to shoot a second arrow of light when he shoots one, and sometimes he might just walk like this for a long time. But here, I'm going to show you what the other way to dodge this is. We're going to see if I can pull this off. mean, that was a bit late, I think. I think it was a bit late, but... But basically, you just gotta learn the timing of the explosion, and then you can dodge it. That's the gist of that. Or if this is like, stay in front of him to start, then start like circling around him. Keep your eyes on the arrows if you can. Roll in on that one if you want hits. Roll out if you want to be completely safe. I'm gonna try it again. See if it was a fluke or not. It wasn't a fluke. That's actually just the right timing. See, I got clipped there a little bit. On the last two swings, you can roll in if you want to start applying pressure after that attack. And then you roll in if you want to attack. Roll out if you don't want to, attack. If you want to play it more safe. Oh yeah, be careful of that arrow rain. It's actually quite deadly. Can empty a health bar faster than you'd think it can. But ultimately, he's not that bad. He's one of the, again, like I said, he's one of the easiest Everdarks, if you ask me. He's also just one of the bosses I know how to fight best. So anyway, we're going to move on to the final Everdark of the week. As you can see, yes, we did disconnect from the internet for a second. Which is really annoying. I don't know why. I've complained about this before. I have no clue why this console, the most powerful piece of technology in the freaking house, can't stay connected to the internet. But it can't. It's really annoying. I hate it, but it can't. Like, this is the strongest piece of technology in the house. I just find it absurd that it struggles more than, like, a Switch or literally a Wii to stay connected to the internet. Literally, the Nintendo Wii can stay connected to the internet better than this thing can. My phone, from the same year as the PlayStation 5, can stay connected to the internet better than PlayStation 5 can. So that's... I love that banner. Let's go back into Fissure of the Fog, and we're going to just finish out this weekly Everdark Smackdown with a bang. So, Fissure in the Fog, very interesting thing you can do with this. You'll want to try and find, ideally, a blood flame weapon. Not required. Very helpful, though. Unfortunately, this seed absolute... Oh, wait. No, there's one location. I was about to say, unfortunately, this seed absolutely sucks, and there's not a single fire location on the map. But I lied. There's one. How generous of them. That was so thoughtful, and I feel so special. So I actually am, in fact, going to try and reach level 3 off the starting camp, so I can do that as soon as possible. Oh my gosh, dude. See, the problem is, you've given me backstabs from You have given me backstabs from less deserving positions before. This is what drives me nuts. Like, I have gotten backstabs from way more questionable spots. But when it's actually, like, a legitimately somewhat decent attempt, it does that, or it just normal attacks. Alright, so while we're over here, let's take a look at this bow rack, see if we get anything good. HP restoration on landing attacks, we take. Offhand that, so we can get health back for just swinging. Dash attacks, guard breaking. A lot of guard breaking. Don't know what to think about that. Like, are they trying to tell me something here? Am I, by chance, going to need to break someone's guard? Hey, Bellbearing Hunter. I could do something really stupid right here. But I'm trying to set a very good example. I have improved charge attacks. Oh, forget it. I'm doing it. This is incredibly stupid. Don't do this, chat. This is a bad idea. I'm going to dedicate as much of day 2 to killing this thing as I can. Cool. My recovery time on every attack sucks. I forgot about that. Why? See, though, here's the thing. Here's what drives me nuts. None of that should have been a problem. I should have had plenty of time to recover from all of those attacks. Maybe not the charge. The attack that got me killed, I had plenty of time to recover from, and I do not care what this game says. I had more than enough time to recover from that attack, and it just didn't let me. Do the shield bash, come on. Stop being stupid, man. Come on. Actually, I should go level up. If I'm going to do this, I'm at least going to be level 2. This is not a good decision. This is a horrible decision. Never do this. But because I know how to fight Bellbearing Hunter, I'm willing to. Hey, buddy. Sorry to ditch you for so long. Feels like we've been apart for decades. Okay, I'll come back and help escort you to the afterlife. How's that sound? Go around front. See, I actually do alright damage. It's basically just like fighting this dude on level at depth 5. It kills you in one hit with everything. Can't swing too much. Why are you swinging your sword, man? I'm behind you. See? You should do that over and over again. Just like a good belt. Come on. And yes, again, I cannot stress this enough. Don't do this. This is stupid. Never try this. Bellbearing Hunter is one of the more challenging field bosses on the map. Never try this. Literally the only idea that's worse than this is Blackblade Kindred on day 1. At level 2. Dude, stop. You see why it's a bad idea? Because if you can't get him to do the move you need him to do to kill him, then then you're not going to have enough time. Unfortunately, I've sunk so much time into this guy, I have to finish him now. I'm locked into this. This is why it's a bad idea to do. It's because it's restricting. Anything that restricts you to this level, you shouldn't do in this game. It's a bad idea. If it restricts you to this degree, don't do it. Don't let the intrusive thoughts win, plainly. Unfortunately, I did. So, Bellbearing Hunter has gone down on day 1 at level 2. That's actually really nice. I'll take that. Why didn't you just take that? Basically, I got level 5 off. So, in the end, was it worth it? No. So, do you see? What I should have just told myself, it's not worth it. You don't get levels. Basically, he only gives you enough runes to get from level 2 to 5. And that's with the critical hits giving me 600 each. He probably doesn't give me enough to get to level 5 without that. So, it's not worth it. So, take that example right there, and learn from it. Don't try to replicate it. That's not a good idea. What I actually should have done is hopped down here, done the fort, gone through the tunnel, killed the knight, maybe killed whatever the field boss in the river mouth was, maybe gone through another tunnel to get more runes. I should not have fought Bellbearing Hunter. I should have done something more sane, more reasonable, more realistic than fighting Bellbearing Hunter at level 2. The only reason I did is because I knew I could pull it off. Because, like I said, that's basically how the fight goes at Depth 5. You can't get hit, you do, like, no damage. I've operated on that kind of stuff before. I know how to fight Bellbearing Hunter well enough to do that. That is the only reason I fought him. If you do not know how to fight Bellbearing Hunter hitless, and you can't do it fast, here's the thing. My problem with this game, or the problem I had with this game coming in, like as a newcomer, was I knew how to fight all these bosses like the back of my hand. However, I did not know how to fight them fast. So I didn't know how to, you know, like, jump some of their attacks to get a jumping attack, where ordinarily I would just have to dodge. Like, that was my issue. I didn't know how to make quick work of these bosses. Like, you basically... oh my gosh. That's really good. Oh, forget it. I'll take that, and I'll get a better smithing stone at some point. I saw a walking simulator in the, whatchamacallit, the river. So, I want to kill it, realistically. Hey, critical hits. What you got up here? A large glintstone scrap. That's glintstone crap, actually. So yeah, killing Bellbearing Hunter got me a free Winding Grace and 3 levels. Was that a wise investment of my time? Ultimately, no. It's actually a pretty horrible use of my time, because the amount of things I could have done in that time were probably a good deal greater. Ooh, wait, that's really good. Hold up. Bye-bye. It baffles me that Wilder's starting sword actually scales pretty badly with Wilder. Really, dude? Stop. Yeah, you succeeded, and all you were trying to do was reset your stance, and you completely succeeded. I hate that you did. The goal wasn't necessarily to kill me with it, he just wanted to reset his stance so I couldn't kill him as quickly. Oh my, oh my. Wow, so this... I think I'm gonna go critical hits this round, honestly. I can get more skill attack power, I have a pretty good feeling. So Walking Simulator is in the river mouth. I could have done that very much faster than I did that, whatchamacallit, camp. Not a camp, the Bellbearing Hunter, that's right. Forgot what I did for a second. So see, I'm so blissfully unaware of what I just did that I can't even remember. Typically, if you feel like it's probably not that good of an idea, like, if you have to debate with yourself as whether or not you should do it, you shouldn't. If you stop to ask yourself the question, is this a good idea? You just answered that question. It's not. It is a horrible idea. Okay, maybe not horrible. That's a bit of a stretch. But, like, if you have to ask yourself, is this really, like, a great idea? Yeah, it's probably not a very good idea. Well, if you have to ask yourself, is this a good idea? It's definitely not a good idea. That doesn't necessarily mean it's, like, a horrible attack. A horrible, like, plan of attack. It just means, like, it's just not great. You probably shouldn't do it. I got a slot. What the heck? I'll take it. Don't make me regret taking that melee attack power over the smithing stone too, please. I mean, I guess I can just go through another tunnel, but I really should have taken the smithing stone too. Although, I guess, in the end, the main reason I didn't, and I completely forgot about this as well, is, like, I don't have my fire weapon. Like, I don't have a weapon that, like, oh, I'm definitely going to use this against the boss. Like, I don't have that yet. So, I don't feel super inclined to upgrade my weapon. Because, I mean, I'm not going to use this dismounter for the rest of the run. I'm going to get my fire weapon out of the flame chariot camp. Probably. I would assume if I'm getting it, that's where I'm getting it. Seriously? First the spell FP cost and then that. But yeah, this run's actually gone pretty awful. I'm a super low level. Like, this is not how you should do the run. I have amazing passives. Don't get me wrong, I got my equipment hunting done. Like, I have HP restoration on landing attacks, improved damage engagement at full HP, improved melee attack power 12%, a total of 30% improved critical hits on top of the Adel relic. So, I mean, you rest assured, I have passives covered, but my level sucks. It's absolute trash. What, punk? What the heck do you think you're doing? Glad I picked this up. And it does pretty pitiful damage. Alright, let's just start tearing up. Let's just start tearing stuff up. I did not give you permission to do this. I don't know what crazy thought made you think I did. Thought I could just kind of strafe that. You very much can. Alright, cool. Time to kill the skeletons. I kind of thought I was, like, just barely far enough back. Really, guys, just stop ganging up on me like that. Oh my gosh, I hate skeletons. I cannot stand skeletons. It's this and demi-humans, and really not caring about aggro at all. Go ahead and kill the death rifle. Not because it's going to help anything, but because it'll just make this significantly easier. Yeah, that was just sad. Buddy. Get around behind you and, yep. That'll do it. What is this gonna do? 1,911. That does more damage than my ult. We'll do... Wow, this is all horrible. See, but I'm glad I took that. That, scythe infused with holy, or sacred order, I mean. Definitely a worthwhile find. Now we're gonna head... I don't know, what did I want to do? Right. No. Focus. We are going to go, and we are going to get a fire weapon from the only fire location on the map. Typically, you won't want to skip out, but if the church is all the way down here, it's pretty inconvenient to go get. Call it. Me and my co-op buddy, when we're talking, I call it inconvenient church. So here, whenever I say, if I say like this church, like look, there's Lake Church is right here, Inconvenient Church is here, and Forest Church is here. The rest of them don't have names. Oh, South Church is here. Just because it's on the southernmost edge. Top left church is that one. Sometimes I call it Tunnel Church, the one that's above this tunnel. And then the rest of them don't have names. 100% don't have names. Oh, I already got this church. What am I doing? Right. Camp. Flame Chariot. Found a kill some Flame Chariots. Okay, fine. I'll open it Everdale. In case you can't tell, that's me warring with my intrusive thoughts. They won. Spoiler alert. Say, I can see that punk jumping. It's... yeah, that's gonna hurt. 350. 350. How much damage total does this do? It does more than my skill, at least. Just not in a single hit. You best believe I'm just getting it. I know I get hyper on. Love how he angled it up to hit me in the air. That's hilarious. It's not hilarious. It's annoying. Mainly. Alright. Lights out. And I have no doubt I'll reach max level if I keep being efficient. So what I'm going to do is I killed that Everdark boss right there. So now I've got some more money, or at least one more level. I had more money. Now I have one more level. Which I think is better than holding on to the money. Because while it hasn't come to fruition yet, Nightreign investing company is not a thing. Doesn't mean it won't be. It just means the government won't let me do it. Well, for some reason, I get that it's like jumping up a moving enemy, so I can't really fault them too much because it's not easy to do. Alright, kill this last one real quick. Kill this last flame chariot. Hold up a second. Alright. Sorry about that for a second. Had to respond to a text and keep moving, which means I had to talk. You know how it is. I got things going on in my life at the time. At the moment. Always do. Life does not pause for games, unfortunately. I'd say that's gonna hurt a lot. Not as much as this is. This is probably gonna... yep. That was just sad. Really disappointed in Ancestor Spirit. I really thought you had more in you. So we're going to... I mean, that's really good. Honestly, I'll toss that. Like, yeah, it's nice to have HP back on attacks, but it's a negligible one. That's my complaint. It's not enough to make me want to actually keep the weapon. But a Fire Rusted Anchor is a really nice fire. So we're going to definitely make use of that. Now we're going to real quickly just absolutely destroy this knight real quick. Try to do a critical hit. Yep. There we go. There's your damage. That'll do it. Like that. Now we'll just kind of book it out of here. I started moving forward too early. That would have been catastrophic. Oh yeah, speaking of catastrophic, I'm currently working on the script for that egg video. Oh, come on. Really? There's the Deathrite bird up there? Whatever. It's not like that weapon would have been good for it anyway. I guess. It probably would not have worked out that well. The only weapon at this point that I would take that I would use against that Deathrite bird is a Golden Order Greatsword. So we're going to start modestly with the basement. Then we're going to kill these crabs so I can fill up my ult a bit more. That's why they put them here, I can promise you. Not that I freaking need it. I mean, look at this guy. He can't survive anything. Wow, he survived something. It's actually kind of tearing me up right now. I'm not thrilled about that, really. Hal, could we play nice? Like, that'd be great. Love that. Play nice. Excuse me? I'm lucky that didn't kill me, but I'm also confused as to how his sword hit me. I 100% strafed that. Maybe his sword has a shockwave for some stupid reason, but that still doesn't change the fact that I was strafed that. Like, 100%. I am confident that I strafed that. I didn't know it was possible, but I seriously do not believe that that hit me. I don't even know what am I fighting. Right, Caligo. So we're gonna take lower skill FP costs in case I want to do Flame of the Red Mains a bunch. So now we're going to pot trolls. 8 pot troll boards. So annoying. It's just constant. Makes me really want to not play this game. Pot troll forts. It's not even because it's like a problem. It's just an annoyance more than anything. It's like, yeah, cool, pot trolls. Who asked for this? Like who said one of the forts is gonna have pot trolls in it? And who greenlit that? Wow, that did a lot of stance damage. That regardless of Vortex did. Who needs Sacred Order? Losers need Sacred Order. A real Wilder works with a real Wilder works with what he's given. Give me a legendary, would you? Thank you, actually. That's really kind of you. Oh, forget it. We're just not. Axe of Godfrey's too cool. It's only doing a measly two. I did 2,000 damage with that critical hit. I mean, I was kidding about the damage, but like, dang. I get it. Can I? See, what the heck, man? I hate Pot Troll Fort. It's such a badly designed fort. Like, it would be totally fine, totally reasonable. I'm fine. I guess I'm not killing that Pot Troll. Which, no, I have to kill that Pot Troll, otherwise I might not reach max level. Fortunately, though, I can hop over here, kill this piece of crap troll. Why are you throwing again? You've already gone into phase 2. You shouldn't be able to throw it. Oh my gosh, this fort sucks. Who? What the heck? Who designed this unplayable garbage? Oh my gosh. Just do that. Fine. See, that actually was a problem, because troll up here shouldn't have been able, the troll back there shouldn't have been able to swing anymore. I mean, throw anymore. He should have, because he took his sword out. He should have been stuck in his sword phase. That's how it works every other time I do Pot Troll Fort. Sometimes I legitimately just like to get certain ones to phase 2 from a distance, so that I don't have to deal with the nonsense of the. That's how it's supposed to work. If you put a Pot Troll into phase 2, it's supposed to stay that way. It is not supposed to be able to pull the pots back out. And most unnecessary, like, over-the-top killing ever, but. So we're gonna wait a second. Then we're gonna grab this rune bush and then head towards the center to spawn the enemies. I'll probably just use the Axe of Godfrey against whatever this is, because realistically, like, I don't know, fire's not going to be very effective because we're on water. So, we're not going to use fire. Really, dude? Oh, right, the lightning after effect. $444 damage. It's absolutely insane. Dude, what the heck? That was behind him. Really, dude? Oh, fine. Be like that. I'll just kill you outright. Or let my Rain of Stars kill you. Good night. Well, I meant to hit both the cavalrymen, but. Look at that damage! That is absurd. How much damage am I doing? 344. You know, just 3. Am I going to use the Rusted Anchor against Caligo? I don't know, actually. Caligo doesn't do a lot of physical damage, so take max HP. So am I going to use? I'll probably just use the Axe of Godfrey, honestly. I mean, it's a fantastic weapon. Buy the Wind and Grace just to be safe. We're not going to buy anything else, though. I don't know. realistically, I seriously don't think I'm going to use the, whatchamacallit. I don't think I'm going to use the Rusted Anchor. I think there's no reason to. Right? Fair. Like, I have it if I need it. I mean, that damage is absurd. Look at that. Unless it's still carried over the damage, I did 1,600 in a single attack. Oh, that was a terrible attempt at a dunk, but let's see. That was much better. Much more like what we like to see. Here, Cletus does things and kills bosses incorporated. Some nice armor you got. It's not doing you any good. What an embarrassment this is going to be. Yeah, I really don't mind the frostbite all that much. My health bar is pretty big. See, the trick is now that we're into the Everdark fight, I want to run towards it. Might dodge if you might need to dodge there if you're too like close to it. But your goal here is to close distance on the boss so you can punish it and get some hits on the head. And your goal with the Everdark boss, it's basically the exact same as the original fight gameplay-wise. But your goal, the only difference in goal you have is basically you're trying to break the armor off of it. Different segments of its body, like it has 4 segments. It's got body armor, it's got head armor, and it's got wing armor. If you stance break it, however, like I just did, it loses all of its armor at the same time. It's mechanically pretty much the exact same as the original fight. It's definitely the worst Everdark, if you ask me. Yeah, this, and as you can see, actually not a very good idea to stay in, because it does a lot of damage. Why did it grapple to the air, man? For this one, you'll want to run towards its tail, just get, as far back as you can. Excuse me. And if you have some Thought Frost boluses, by all means, make use of them. I don't. I also really don't care. Your goal here is to try and punish it by getting to its head, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Frostbite actually does a lot of damage. So ideally, if you want to mitigate that as much as humanly possible, trigger whatever you want to call it. Mountaintops. Yeah, trigger mountaintops, definitely. For a first clear, I would call you stupid if you didn't trigger mountaintops deliberately. But every clear after that, if you get good enough at fighting it, you can just kill it. Like, I was not playing very well, but I still was able to pretty easily take it down. That's the difficulty level of the boss. It's alright. It is an alright fight. It's not great. It is an okay Everdark. It's by far the worst. Like, it is the laziest of the Everdarks, I would say. Because, I mean, they just took the same moveset, slapped some armor on it, and said, new boss. If you ask me, that's pretty lazy. So, that's my 2 cents. Lazy boss. That's what I think. But anyway, that is where we're going to call this stream chat. Thank you for tuning in to weekly Everdark Smackdown. We have now defeated the 3 Everdark Night Lords of this week, and I am glad to say that, they actually weren't that bad this week, except for Gladius. Gladius is pretty tough. These 2 aren't really that bad. That's one of the hardest ones. It's a pretty easy one. This is a nice arrangement. Gives you a good feel of, the scope of quality here. I think Fulgor is one of the best. He's definitely one of the easiest. Gladius is also one of the best. I just can't stand it in Deep of Night, because any tiny chip damage you take from, like, the fire wave takes half your health. But the other thing, anyway, I mean, like, the other thing is, like, I don't know. It's just, it bothers me that everything that's just chip damage does half your health in Deep of Night, but so that doesn't necessarily apply to Tricephalus specifically. It's just everything. It's a problem I have with Deep of Night in general. Anyway, that's the Everdark Smackdown for this week, and I will catch you all on the Nightreign stream next week. I'll probably stream some more Core Keeper. Yeah, I'll probably stream some today. Probably hop straight off this and straight on Core Keeper, if you know what I'm saying. And that's what we'll do. So I'll catch you all in the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.